Hi. I don't. Okay. No one asked me to do this video, but I thought I might do this video, and then I've been thinking this whole time how narcissistic this could come across as because it's like, who cares? But I figured, what the heck? Yeah, just give you an update. So it's weird coming back here after 2 months and to social media, but I did want to make this just to let you know I'm alive. As of the filming of this video, I'm alive, and my sabbatical is officially over. It is over. 2 months has come and gone, and August 1st, today, is my first day back, and I worked, in a way. I didn't work that hard. I made some phone calls and caught up on a few things and stuff that's going on and all that kind of stuff, but nothing too major. But there's a couple questions that I've already received, like, what did you do, and what did you learn? And what I did was honestly pretty much what you have probably done the last couple months, minus the working part. So, like, I painted the inside of my house, I mowed the yard, I looked at a few broken sections of my fence and decided, I can always do it later. Took a vacation with my mom. We flew to Bangor, Maine, and then took 8 days to drive home. And that was incredible. Saw parts of the country I'd never seen before. Just absolutely beautiful up there. Met people from all over the world in some incredibly eclectic melting pot cities. That was just amazing to get out of my comfort zone and see so many things. Although I will say that if I never ever drive in Manhattan again, I am perfectly fine with that. That was the most stressful part of my trip, was driving in Manhattan. I do not recommend that. Um, but yeah, took vacation with my mom, and I raised kids. No sabbatical from kids. I tried, but they kept following me around and asking for food and clothes all the time, and I figured, well, I better help them because I didn't want to extend my sabbatical in prison. So I fed and clothed my kids for the last 2 months. But ultimately, my time away was just about resting from my daily ministry duties. And so I want to say thank you because 99% of you went out of your way to give me space to get the rest that I desperately needed. Some of you were a little bit too excited, I think, to give me that space. And maybe you needed a rest from me. So, you're welcome. But thank you guys so much. I'm truly, from the bottom of my heart, all seriousness, from the bottom of my heart, this was a gift, and I say it's a gift because not very many people, very, very, very few people, get the gift of 2 months paid vacation, and so I am just incredibly humbled by your generosity, um, and to just allow me to take this time to recharge that I truly needed, way more than you knew, way more than I even knew until I took it. Now the other question is, what did I learn? And honestly, there's so much that I'm processing that I really don't think I could put it in a very easily understood way. And I wouldn't want to with you in just a video like this. And those who have already heard me try to put it in an easily understood way really haven't heard that. They've only heard me regurgitate 15 different thoughts at the same time. But I've learned a lot. And I know that God's changed me already. And you say, well, how in the world could God change you? It's just been 2 months. How much can change in life, and you'd be surprised. Some of you can know how quickly and unexpectedly life can change in a very short time. But you'd be surprised how much change can happen within yourself when you fully separate from just the constant day-to-day responsibilities, when you give yourself a break from things like social media. And I gotta tell you, 60 days off of social media was a glorious thing. It was unbelievably awesome for myself, which is why I say it's weird being back on here. But all that lets you kind of step back and evaluate a lot and see things from a outside perspective that I think you lose when you're just going through the motions of life. And honestly, one of the greatest gifts I think I've received, and it's really only happened in the last couple of weeks, is just a fresh indwelling of the presence of God, the presence of the Holy Spirit in my life right now. And I think, boy, I can honestly say I think it's stronger than it's been in many years. And I'm just really excited to worship again with my faith family this coming Sunday. I was at district conferences last week, and then I went to Embrace Church in Emporia yesterday. And all I could really think about was how much I really missed worshiping with Radiant Life. And it's all been really interesting because for the first time, truly, for the first time in my 25, 28 years, whatever it's been, of church-going experience, worship service experience. This was the first time I've missed this many church services in a row. I missed 7 in a row. And boy, there was a time there where I started feeling disconnected from God. I started feeling disconnected from the people of God, the people He's placed in your life to be part of your life, the ones He's placed in your life to do ministry together. And when that is gone, whether it's voluntary or not, man, you start to realize what an absolute need that is, what an absolute blessing that is. And it's given me just, honestly, a fresh appreciation for the just the gift to worship together with like-minded believers. And so I hope Sunday, my first Sunday back, I won't be preaching, but I will be there doing all the other stuff. And but I hope you'll be there in person if you can, simply because I know not everybody can always make it every Sunday, but I hope you'll be there if you can, simply because selfishly, I just truly miss seeing so many of you, and I want to see you. Now, to be clear, and I'll wrap this up, because I think some people get this kind of impression is what's going to happen to the pastor when he goes on sabbatical. But just to be clear, I don't have some grand new vision that God has bestowed upon me from on high that I must now come down from the mountaintop to share with you all. But yeah, the work that He's doing in my heart regarding my personal relationship with Him, the ministry passions that He's gifted me with, what my priorities need to be, they've been challenged in a really good way. And so I look forward to continue processing what God has done in me these last couple of months and what that needs to look like in life and ministry, then sharing it with all of you when it's appropriate. But until then, let me close by just saying thank you again for this gift. Thank you for your love and support. There's so many wonderful churches around us that you could be a part of, and I wouldn't blame you. Great pastors around us, great churches, great people. And I'm truly humbled that you choose Radiant Life, and I look forward to worshiping with you Sunday and for us to be praying together for where God desires for us to go next as His people, following His leading. And so I'll wrap it all up by simply saying, love you all.